In the space of 60 years, all 70 fruit and vegetables have lost an average of 16% of their calcium, 27% of their vitamin C, and almost less than half of their iron levels.
Over 50 to 60% of all our food is this general group of ultra-processed foods. How would I recommend?
The food system is not doing what a food system needs to do, which is not just produce lots of food, but to keep a population healthy.
The World Health Organization listed processed meats as carcinogenic for man. We discovered that to impede or halt regulations on certain additives, food industry lobbies have been working in the shadows for decades.
You have to understand that the industry is a money-making business, so they're very risk-averse. They're not going to fund a study that is bad for their business.
How would I recognize a UPF?
It's really things you don't recognize in your kitchen. It's most of the stuff you pick up at the grocery store and turn around and look at the label. And if you just look at broad population level data, you see that ultra-processed foods in the diet is going up, and you see that folks are getting more unhealthy.
Do they know? The industrial food system is making us very sick in many, many different ways. There is the obesity epidemic. There is diabetes. 4 out of 10 leading killers in this country are food-related chronic diseases.
Do they know that this food that they're making is less healthy?
Absolutely. These 10 major companies, they realized that they could make everything much cheaper, much longer lasting than real food because their shareholders want them to make money, and that's what companies do.
I'm definitely totally shocked.
I'm really worried about what's going to happen in this country if we don't sort of wake up and understand the consequences of every decision that we make about everything that we eat.
Very best food scientists putting these chemicals together to make you overeat them.
This is such a big problem. These foods are part of most people's diets, and it used to be smoking that was the #1 killer. Now it's really shifted to being diet and ultra-processed foods.
Ça ressemble pas mal à ce que faisaient les industriels du tabac, c'est-à-dire qu'ils payent des scientifiques pour dire le contraire de ce qui est vrai.
At the heart of this strategy of influence are the scientists who collaborate.
Did the meat industry pay you for this?
I received some compensation for my time as well as the others.
How much?
I am not going to say.
The nutrients in tomato are still, it's a small player in the market.
Fruit and vegetables have lost some of their vitamins and minerals. Take green beans, for example. In 1960, they contained 65 milligrams of calcium for every 100 grams. In 2017, they contain no more than 48.5 milligrams. That's a quarter less calcium. The same thing.
I'm here to tell you about an important problem that many people are not aware of: nutritional declines in food.
So what is nutrition and why it is so important? In definition, in a simple way, nutrition is the science of how food can affect your body function, your body immune system, and your body maintenance. Okay, so in this video we are going to deep dive into this topic of how nutrition, why nutrition is so important, and exactly what is nutrition. So we will see, for example, the scientific definition of nutrition. We will see some example of healthy diet. We will see the relationship or the relation between the nutrition and the, for example, the risk of appearance or not of different chronic disease. So, and we will see way more than that. So we will go through different chapter and we see about nutrition and why it is so important and why it matters. So basically, nutrition, it's not just about your waistline, it's not just about your weight, it's not just about your physique, but it's also related for your energy, your body function, your immune system, and also the prevention or at least the decrease of risk of chronic disease apparition. So nutrition is also important for that. So by the end of this video, you will be able to understand how nutrition affects every part of you and not just your waistline. Okay, so welcome to this new channel. We are new here. This channel is about nutrition, healthy nutrition, and it's here to help you to be able to eat healthy in order to improve your health life in a long term. So this new channel is about how to eat healthy, and feel free to subscribe. We are new here. Feel free to support us. Okay, So now we're going to deep dive into the details of what is nutrition. So now we are going to see in depth the scientific definition of what is nutrition. So I have recorded two scientific sources, websites that explain in a scientific way what is nutrition. Okay, so according to the first source, Britannica, nutrition is the process where living things take in food to help them grow, to stay healthy and reproduce. Food gives them energy for things like moving, using nutrients, and building cells. It also provides the material to build the part of a cells. There are 6 main kinds of nutrients in food. So we have the carbohydrates, fat, protein, vitamins, mineral, and water. The first 3, also called macronutrients, what the body uses to build and maintain tissue and to fuel all the activities that keep us alive. Proteins are key for building and repairing tissue, and they are in every cell. Vitamins and minerals or micronutrients help the body to process run smoothly. So here you can see it's related to what I said in the introduction. The role of nutrition is to help your body to be able to function in a correct way. So here we have a second source. There is a different explanation about nutrition. So this website is more related to, for example, the nurses where they learn about nutrition. So nutrition is the intake of food to meet the need of the body. Accordingly, nutrients are substances found in body and beverage that are essential for survival. Nurses must understand the component of nutrition on bodily function to provide effective nursing care. So several food-related concepts are fundamental to understand how nutrition affects the body. They comprise of macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are water and energy yield nutrients like carbohydrates, fat, and protein, needed in a large amount by the body, while micronutrients include vitamins, minerals. So food is the building blocks of the diet, which describe the quantity and the quality of food and drink consumed. So it's not just about food, it's also about the quality of food that you consume in terms of nutrition. Okay? So here what we need to remember is that nutrition is about the qualitative food that you consume, but it's also the fact that every food or the food that you consume need to recall the micro and the macro nutrients, which are what they said in the article. Carbohydrate, protein, and fat as macronutrient, and also water and vitamins and minerals. So in terms of nutrition, we need to understand so that the 3 key points to remember is that nutrition is about assimilation of food for growth, maintenance, and reproduction, but also nutrients versus diet because we have the difference between the macronutrients and the micronutrients, and the science behind digestion and nutrient use. It's about calorie and energy units. So basically, the nutrients in food fuel every cell in your body and are essential for every growth and metabolic reaction. Okay, so why is nutrition so important for your daily life? Okay, so I have recorded 2 articles that talk about the importance of nutrition, why it matters, and so we are going to go through this article. So basically, nutrition is important because your body has needs. Your body has needs that can be answered by food. So your body has need in terms of energy, in terms of immunity, protection. Your body needs to be protected through the immune system, and in terms of brain function and tissue repair. So to your body to be able to function correctly on a daily basis, this body needs to make sure that all these aspects are answered, and this aspect can be answered thanks to the food, because the food will provide the nutrients. So the nutrient will help the body to be able to do all these actions that it's required. So let's go through the article. So the first article is here. So I'm going to put it here. It's from Medical News Today. So the article goes through in depth into basically what is nutrition and why it matters. He explained first what is nutrition. Basically, what is nutrition? It says that nutrients are compound that the body needs to survive and grow. All nutrients fit into two broad categories, micronutrients and micronutrients. The ideal amount of various nutrients vary depending on factors such as age, biological sex, activity level, and pregnancy status. Inadequate nutrition can contribute to health issues, including diabetes type 2, heart disease, strokes, and more chronic disease. Okay, according to the World Health Organization, malnutrition can involve undernutrition, deficiency in micronutrients, and overweight and obesity. In 2022, 390 million adults globally were underweight and 2.5 billion were overweight. So here we can see that based on your alimentation, based on your diet, your alimentation, this can have an impact on you, on your physique, on your body, on your health. So it's important to be aware and to make sure that you provide the adequate nutrition that your body required based on your habits, your lifestyle, and your genetic as well. Need also to consider about that. So understanding nutrition and the amount of nutrients to consume daily may help people reduce their risk of diet-related health issues. Okay? So to understand why nutrition is so important for your daily life, basically, as I said, nutrition, an optimal nutrition is the science of providing your body the adequate food in terms of qualitative food, so the appropriate nutrients. So we're going to go to deep dive into the nutrients. So in terms of nutrients, what are the macronutrients? So the macronutrients provide energy to support cell growth and protect your organs. The body generally needs macronutrients in a larger quantity. That's why we call them macro, because macro means big, macro. So in this category, we have the carbohydrate, the fat, and the protein. So basically, in the carbs, we have the carbohydrate, commonly called carbs. We have two groups of carbs. We have the simple and complex carbs, but the main role of carbs is to provide the fuel of the body, which is the energy. Then we have the protein. So the protein consists of amino acids, which are the natural organic compounds. Some of these are essential, meaning people need to obtain them through food. Some of these are essential, so it means that we need to obtain them from food. The body can make the others. So in the protein are made of amino acids, and there are a list of amino acids that are very essential for the body to be able to function. Amino acids can be found in food, and so we need to make sure that the food that we eat record those essential amino acids. The others that are not essential, the body is able to create them themselves, but some of them not necessarily, and so we need to collect them from food. So most plant-based food do not contain all the essential amino acids. So people who follow vegan diet needs to eat a range of food throughout the day to get enough of these essential amines, which are in the group of protein. Okay. Now we have the fat. The fat are essential for lubricating joints, helping organs produce hormone, enabling the body to absorb certain vitamins, reducing inflammation, preserving the brain health. So too much fat can contribute to health issues such as obesity, high cholesterol, and liver disease. However, the type of fat that a person eats makes the difference. So unsaturated fat, for example, such as olive oil, are more helpful than margarine, for example, or butter, which we call more saturated fat, and which tends to come from mostly animal sources. Okay. So in terms of nutrients, we also have water. The water is very essential because your body is made of a large amount of water. So the article says that the adult human body is up to 60% of water, and it needs water for many processes. So water contains no calorie and it does not provide any energy. In terms of recommendation for water, we recommend 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. However, we have factors such as the person's body size, the environmental factor, activity level, and health status that can also affect the daily water need of a single person. Then we have also the micronutrients. Which are essential in a small amount. That's why we call them micronutrients. Manufacturers sometimes add these to food, but it's really in a very small amount. So we need to make sure that we try to recall these micronutrients on a daily basis in our diet. Okay, so we have the mineral and the vitamins. So basically, the body needs dietary minerals such as, for example, iron, potassium, calcium, etc. In most cases, a varied and balanced diet will provide the mineral a person needs. If deficiency occurs, a doctor may recommend supplements. Okay, so below we see the list of the minerals our body needs on a daily basis. So we have potassium, sodium, calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, and iron. Then we have so we need to be like, people can be deficient in mineral or consume too much. Both extremes can lead to health complications. Anyone concerned about the intake of certain mineral can speak with a healthcare professional for more help. Okay. So then we have the group of vitamins. So into the vitamins we have two groups. We have the water-soluble vitamins and the fat-soluble vitamins. So basically people need to consume water-soluble vitamins regularly because the body removes them more quickly and it cannot store them easily. So in general, for the water-soluble vitamins we have the B group vitamins and vitamin C, and for the fat-soluble vitamins we have vitamin A, D, E, and K. And so in terms of fat-soluble vitamins, so the body absorbs the fat-soluble vitamin through the intestine, and with the help of fats, which are lipids, the body can store them and does not remove them quickly. Okay. So after all of this, we also have the antioxidant that has a very important role in terms of removing the toxic molecules, and we can find them in different related to different group of micronutrients that we just talked about. Some nutrients also act as antioxidants. This may be vitamin, mineral, protein, or other type of molecules. So they help the body to remove toxic substances known as free radicals or reactive oxygen species. If too many of these substances remain in the body, cells damage and disease can result. Okay. In terms of why nutrient is so important, so this article already answered the question that the nutrients and the quality of nutrient and making sure that we provide the right amount of nutrient to our body is very important in our daily life, because missing a nutrient can affect our mood, it can affect our health in the long term. So how a balanced diet keep you alert, strong and resilient. So I have recorded this article. This article talks about how a balanced diet keeps you alert and strong and resilient related to your body. You need to listen, for example, to your body. So this article explained that a balanced complete diet provides the specific nutrients needed to prevent, so meaning to reduce the risk of apparition of a disease, of chronic disease, fatigue, and ensure optimal performance of your body. Okay, the article also go through the concept of brain reward, so which is a neurological concept where the brain chemistry only perceive food as a reward when a person is actually hungry, otherwise utilizing a specific neuron to alter the flavor of food to affect appetite and weight management. The article also goes through the modern research support and talks about nutritional wisdom and intuitive eating, where individuals learn to listen to their hunger signals the brain reward chemistry. So we have scientific advancement, nutritional science, and bioactive supplements that offer a new way to take control of your health and move from surviving to thriving. So, okay, guys, let me know in the comments below. So, do you feel more tired after eating something high in sugar, high level sugar, or a balanced diet? Let me know in the comment below, because the answer might not be what you think. Like after what I said, you should be able to answer. You let me know in the comments, okay? Okay, in this section we will really talks about why nutrition matters, because we saw earlier that nutrition was important for you, for your body. Make sure your body function correctly as is at its optimal way. But surely nutrition is really important for you now and for you tomorrow. So in this section we will see nutrition and the chronic disease prevention. So for this section, I have recorded 2 scientific articles. The title are The Importance of Healthy Dietary Pattern in Chronic Disease Prevention, and the second article is The Role of Nutrition in Chronic Disease. So these 2 articles refer that nutrition is a critical modifiable risk factor for preventing and managing chronic disease, such as heart disease, cancer, and diabetes, which represent the leading cause of death and place an unsustainable burden on global healthcare system. These 2 articles also emphasize a shift from looking at individual nutrients to adopting a healthy dietary pattern as foundation for a long-term health. So in terms of healthy dietary pattern, we talk about like high in fruits, eating more vegetables, having food with whole grains, plant-based foods, for example, low in carbs, low in added carbs, and low in saturated fat, for example. Ultimately, this article shows that prioritizing nutrition is very essential for your long-term health because it will reduce the prevalence of this condition, of this chronic disease apparition, and improving your quality of life for individual and for society alike. So in terms of key point that we need to remember from this article is that nutrition is a modifiable lifestyle. So nutrition can change your lifestyle in factor to link to a major disease like heart disease, diabetes, and obesity. This can be changeable if you change your nutrition and connected to a different lifestyle. The research shows that dietary patterns can reduce chronic disease risk apparition. And global health perspective, we have, if you have a better nutrition, of course, there is a lower mortality and a healthier aging or higher aging in the long term. Okay, so now that we saw that what was nutrition, try to understand in a scientific way, deep dive into the importance of nutrition and why it matters, show that the relation between the nutrition, your nutrition, and for example the risk or not of the chronic disease, or reducing the risk of chronic disease apparition. So now we're going to see actually what a healthy diet looks like actually in practice. So I have two sources, two articles, which are the importance of healthy dietary pattern in chronic disease prevention and the importance of whole food. So what is nutrition and what does it matter? We just saw it earlier. So in terms of example, I can give you the example for a healthy diet, how it looks like. So you can have, for example, a grilled salmon, quinoa, roasted vegetable, olive oil. So this would be an example of lunch, for example, or dinner for someone who doesn't have any dietary restriction, someone who is eating someone who is eating everything, no restriction, not someone who is vegetarian or pescatarian, now someone who can eat everything. This is an example of a healthy diet. So basically we have in this plate is built for energy balance and long-term health. So here we can see, for example, the salmon is high quality protein, has omega-3 for fat. The quinoa will bring slow release of carbs. It brings carbs but in a slow way. The blood sugar is maintained and is not going on a peak because you eat some simple sugar or simple carbs. So this is a good type of carbohydrate. And quinoa also provides fiber. Also on the plate, you can have also some vegetables. So you can have vegetables. So the vegetable will help with the vitamins and antioxidants. Vegetables are very good for antioxidants, and they will catch the free radicals as we saw earlier. And we can have a little bit of good fat with the olive oil. So the olive oil will recall healthy fat that will help absorbing actually the vitamins and cardiovascular health. Okay. So let's see another example of a healthy diet for someone who has a diet restriction. For example, someone that is a vegetarian or vegan. So for a vegetarian, I have this example here, which is a plate of, for example, lentil and chickpea stew. We have brown rice, sauté greens, and tahini, tahini. The plate shows that a plant-based meal can be also deeply nourishing and satisfying. So the lentil and the chickpea, they provide the protein, the iron and fiber, which are good for your body. We saw this earlier. The brown rice provide carbs, but the complex one. So the complex ones are the ones that will take more time for the carbs to be broken and to be released in your body, and so it maintains the energy in your body, the fuel in your body, and so you don't need to eat more sugar, more carbs to make sure that your body keep energy. So that's a good type of carbs. So it maintains also the sugar in your blood level. Yes, so we have also the salty greens, vegetables, so these are good with mineral and antioxidants. And we have you can add also an olive oil, a spoon of olive oil, which is healthy fat. We saw this earlier. So as you can see, it's not really complicated to make sure that you have a nourishing or healthy diet. These are just two simple examples. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the general mistakes that people make in terms of nutrition. So yeah, let's go into this. The everyday nutritional mistakes. So I have recalled this article from The Guardian, and the discussion is about ultra-processed food impact. So is it linked to overeating and poor health outcome? We see. So the article talks about that. It talks about the fact that when you eat over-processed food in general, it doesn't really help you, even if you try to keep up with a correct diet, try to have a good diet. The fact that you are consuming ultra-processed food, it won't help you to lose weight or to make you healthier than you could be with a diet that would be more on whole food, for example. So there is a sentence here, there is a quote from the article, which are people lose more weight if they cook minimally processed food from scratch than if they eat ultra-processed and ready-made food, according to the first study to establish a clear link between ultra-processed food, UPF, and weight. So this sentence just shows that ultra-processed food is not better. Even if you follow a healthy diet, it's better to go for whole food than, for example, ultra-processed food. So at the end of the article, there is a comparison of two what seems healthy diets, but one is with whole food and the other one is with ultra-processed food, but both looks healthy. See, so for example, the first one is the ultra-processed food for breakfast. So for example, you have someone that has an ultra-processed food habit, dinner, breakfast, lunch and dinner habit, and someone without ultra-processed food eating habit. So for example, for the breakfast, the person will eat oat and fruit breakfast bar. The breakfast bar is something that is ultra-processed. The oat, not necessarily, but the breakfast bar, yes. For the lunch, we have the meal deal still package, chicken tikka wrap. And for the dinner, we have the ready-made cottage pie with greens and corn. So these are already cooked meal, ready-made meals. So, and these meals has been produced in a food factory. And then, for example, we have this example of minimally processed food. For the breakfast, you can have cinnamon and apple overnight oats. So the oats, it's not ultra processed. The apple, it's something raw, and the cinnamon, this is also something raw. So this is whole, natural, and not processed food. For the lunch, you can have a Mexican chicken with salad and fat and flatbread. For dinner, you can have a home-cooked cottage pie with green beans. So the difference here is that the meal will be cooked by you and not cooked by a food industry. You are not going to buy a cooked, already prepared, already made. You are going to cook the food yourself. So in this case, it is better because you can control the portion, you can control the amount of food you eat and the quality of ingredient or food that you are choosing to create your meal. Okay, so what you need to make sure, or what you need to highlight or to be careful on is about the portion that you eat, the fat diet, ignoring nutrients. Okay, so for this section, we know that, for example, eating ultra-processed food is not sometimes a choice. It's not necessarily a choice. Sometimes you don't have a choice. It can also depend on your economic status or your social status. So the article recalled about that, and the important things when you buy at least something that is ultra processed, make sure to read the label. When you read the label, the thing that is important to check is the list of ingredients. In terms of that, you need to check the quantity, which is most of the time written by 100 gram per milligram or per milliliter. Milligram for something that is solid, milliliters for something that is liquid. Okay, you need to check also the calories. That can be recorded as kilojoule or kilocalories. And also on the packaging, you can also see the quality of what you eat, of the food by the code color. So sometimes you can see, I will try to show you an image, but you can see the code color of, for example, in terms of ingredients, also if there are added sugar, added saturated fat, if it's low in sugar, etc. But you can also see the amount of sugar, fat, and protein with the green, yellow, and red color codes. So when you see more red, or if you see a high number with the red, you know that, okay, there is maybe a high level of sugar compared to the nutritional recommendation. Okay. So to finish, how to improve your nutrition in general. So if you are here, it means that you are interested into nutrition, optimum nutrition, and your goal is to, after all, to improve your nutrition in general. So my advice, it will be to start with small swap. I know it can be difficult when you have habits as an adult. You maybe has started to, you have built habits in general, and now maybe you understand that, okay, nutrition is important for your body functioning. If you want optimal nutrition, it will help you to have a better health for the today and the future, and also it will be connected for you to have also a better lifestyle. So what I will recommend is to create small changes time after time, not big changes, no restriction, because it won't work. So start with small swap. For example, you eat maybe more vegetable during the week. If you are someone who is eating only one vegetable per week, one plate of vegetable per week, try to do 2 per week. For example, in terms of meat, try to reduce, for example, meat. If you are a big meat eater, reduce the meat from, for example, from maybe if you eat if you eat meat every day or 5 times a week, meat, try to reduce this amount by from 5 to 4. and slowly by slowly reduce a bit more up to the time you answer your body requirements, your body needs in terms of proteins. Okay, so for the hydration, as we saw earlier, hydration is related, like we have general recommendation, but it's related to your personal lifestyle, your personal environment. However, we still need a certain amount of water. So if you're someone who doesn't really drink water at all, you can recall water from different food. For example, when you eat vegetable, there are water. When you eat fruits, there are water. There is water. But try to drink maybe more tea or more something that is more liquid, that has liquid, and also recall water. Or maybe try to at least every morning 1 glass of water. That's already a glass of water. You have 7 left to do. Okay, so yeah, try to maybe set a goal. Okay, today I'm going to drink at least 3 glasses of water. 1 morning, 1 during the afternoon, and 1 during the evening. It's already 3 glasses. When you eat, yes, you can eat. You can do that. Avoid extreme diets. Try to avoid extreme diet. Because when you have extreme diet, it's too restrictive. When you say to yourself, I'm going to do this specific diet, it doesn't really work. It works for a certain time, but over a long period of time, it won't work because you are restricting yourself. Like the optimum nutrition is to make sure that you don't restrict yourself. You are able to eat whatever you want, but in a healthy way. And for that, there is a professional that help you to set up this personalized nutrition diet. Okay, so avoid extreme diet and just try to have a balanced diet. Try to make sure that, okay, yesterday I ate too much cake, so maybe the following day I would be more careful on maybe sugar food, Try to include cultural or personal food preference, so you don't feel restricted. As I just said earlier, the fact that you will add something that you just enjoy eating, even if it's not too healthy, will help you to keep going in this journey of improving your diet and your nutrition, your optimal nutrition. Okay, let's talk now about the common myths about nutrition, the big one. The one that say, for example, the carbs are bad. I would say no, carbs are not bad. The carbs are essential for you. The carbs role is energy, is to bring energy to your body. So you need carbs to be able to function on a daily basis, for your body to be able to stand up, to walk, to breathe, everything. So carbs are essential for your body. The only thing is to make sure that you have a balanced diet in terms of macronutrients such as carbs. Yes, you need carbs, but you don't need too much. You don't need too much carbs, and you need to be able to identify the amount, the requirement your body needs based on you and your lifestyle. So carbs are bad? No, they're not bad. You just need to have a balance and check what your body needs in terms of carbohydrates. Fats make you fat. Okay, so no, it's all about the quantity. As I said, your body have requirements. I would say even for all the answers, your body has requirements. So it's always about a balanced diet based on your personal needs. If you go over eating fatty food, of course it will make you fat, but keep in mind that initially you eat carbs, you need fat because your body needs them. Okay, so no, it's not making you fat. It depends what quantity you are eating that will make you fat. because the fat main role is to provide energy and also to build your cells. So without them, your skin is not going to flow, so it's very important. The last one is supplement replace food. In my opinion, supplement can't really replace food. When you eating real food is very important, because food is not just about bringing energy and feeding your body. It's also in terms of mechanical function of your body. It's important when you mastic the food. It's important your brain remember that you need to mastic. This is a automatic action of you putting food into your mouth and masticating, and those actions are very important during your whole life to do. So you can't just put a pill, a supplement in your mouth and say, okay, my body has all the requirements. No, it's not enough. Your body needs to function on a specific way, because your body has memory. If you forget about how to mastic, how to digest food, it won't be able to do it when you bring a normal food, when you bring a traditional food. So it's important to still bring a traditional type of way food for your body, just for the mechanical way of your body functioning. Then we have some micronutrients that are not self-created, not found in maybe easily in food. So in this way, yes, supplements are important. The name supplement is something that is supplement. Supplement is something that you adding something. It's not something that it replace. So supplement is here to add value to your nutrition plan, for example, but it's not here to replace your nutrition plan. Okay, this is already the end of the video. That was my first video and it was very long, but I hope talking about what is nutrition and why it is so important was helpful for you, and you find some answers about the importance of nutrition, why it matters, and the effect that it can have on the long term on your health. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. So nutrition can affect your energy, your body system, disease risk, and daily performance. And for a healthy and optimal nutrition, I will encourage small steps and consistent habits. Okay, so guys, give me some motivation. Thank you for watching. Drop me a comment in terms of general question, your biggest question about nutrition. If you have any question, let me know in the comment below. I will be able to see this and try to answer every question. And of course, I see you in another video next week. Bye.